Good morning, St. Andrews. I'm Fynn McNolty, and this is SAC Today. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues to affect the lives of many, we here at St. Andrews are very fortunate to be back in person. With only a few restrictions, it's looking to be the closest thing we've had to a normal year since 2019. School kicked off with a return to leadership camps to various locations by grade. The Shad Creek Race, Thanksgiving Prayer Circle, and St. Andrews' oldest competitive event, the annual cross-country run. Students even had a chance to enjoy a modified homecoming. Junior correspondent Dylan White was there to catch the action.
This year, St. Andrews College came back with the addition of Homecoming Light. We went to some of the students to see what their opinions were on the event.
Okay, so my expectations would be good pep rally on Friday and then a good matches on the Saturday. That would be good homecoming.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's awesome to be in my last year. I'm excited to play our first volleyball game in 2 years, so it's going to be a good time.
All the students are super excited for homecoming this year. Because of COVID, we didn't get to experience it last year, which makes this year so much more special.
Yeah, so I'm really enjoying it out here. You know, it's been 2 years since we last had homecoming, basically, and it's just great to be out here with the boys and out here supporting each other, so it's really nice to be back out.
For SAC Today, I'm Dylan White.
On September 30th, Canadians observed a new holiday, the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation. Although some schools across Canada were closed for the holiday, St. Andrews took the opportunity to learn more about Indigenous heritage and Canada's Indian residential school system, where for over 100 years, children were taken from their families and communities and forced to assimilate into Canadian culture. Many children suffered or died through poor living conditions, abuse, and neglect. The negative impact of this profoundly sad legacy is still felt in Indigenous communities to this day. Junior correspondent Jack Bulmer shares some of the steps St. Andrews took on the path toward truth and reconciliation.
On September 30th, Canada recognized a new holiday, National Truth and Reconciliation Day. Formerly known as Orange T-Shirt Day, St. Andrews observed this important day with a variety of activities. Students learned about the history and legacy of residential schools through chapel, assembly, and advisory. The Visual Arts Department organized an art installation in Staunton Gallery, including student artwork, a display of shoes, and other offerings on the gallery stairs. Every student received an orange t-shirt on a day that was packed full of things to see and especially to learn. For SCC Today, I'm Jack Bulmer.
October 18th to 22nd marks St. Andrews' first ever Pride Week as we celebrate and show our support for the LGBTQ+ community. This represents a huge step for an all-boys school with strong ties to traditional masculinity. We hope to make every member of the Andrean community feel that they are welcome, regardless of their orientation, gender identity, or anything else. Recently, I had the opportunity to sit down with Old Boy Conner Roundtree, who came out as gay a few years after he graduated. He shared insight on his journey and how we can all be our authentic selves and better allies. Let's take a look. I'm here joined by sports analyst and Old Boy at St. Andrews, Connor Roundtree. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Finn. Excited to be here and excited to talk whatever we're talking about today. I'm just really happy to be back and honored to be here.
Certainly. Now, I understand you were a class of 2013. Can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to just be back on campus after so many years?
It's really cool to be back and really nostalgic, to be honest with you. St. Andrews was a big part of my life growing up. Going to McPherson games with my dad. He graduated in class of 79. St. Andrews has really been in my blood since I was a kid, and it's an honor to be back here and chatting with you today, Finn.
Thank you so much. And can you tell us a little bit about what your experience at St. Andrews was, like any key interests or highlights that you had?
Yeah, a lot of key interests, a lot of highlights. I mean, being a lifer, being with the same group of guys from grade 6 to literally now in life is a pretty cool, it's something pretty cool that not a lot of people have, and it's even the upper school, the camaraderie that you just get through cadet training and not wanting to go, but then you look back and you're like, that was actually one of the better things we ever did through a discipline and just learning about who you are as a person with those trips at baseboard and then even leading a platoon or whatnot. So there was lots of that going on, but my highlights would be athletically for sure. Captain of varsity lacrosse, Reader, worst coach of all time, just kidding. But had a lot of fun with Biaz on JV puck, Footer on JV puck, varsity football. If I'm understanding, the last time that we won a championship was in 2013 and 2012, so back-to-back, you're welcome.
Now, I don't know if you're aware, but this week in October, I believe it's the 18th, St. Andrews will be holding their first ever Pride Week. Do you have any thoughts about that, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, honestly, it's super exciting. When I got asked to come in and talk a little bit about it, it was almost a relief and a shock at the same time, because being gay when I was here just wasn't an option. It just wasn't talked about, and it was never really a thought on my mind. I just wanted to fit in, be one of the guys, play sports, have fun, kick butt on my marks, or make jokes in class. And that's really where my mind was. It was about getting a scholarship. But looking back and starting Sports Tree and partnering with the You Can Play project and just discussing with Jonas Roth, the coordinator over at You Can Play project, just the ideas that have been taken away from the ability of being able to be myself back then, and how much better I would have been able to play on the field if I could express myself. Sleepless nights, thoughts of self-worthiness or worth or fitting in, and those were the kind of things that held me back. But overall, to me, I'm proud that St. Andrews is doing this. I'm very, very proud as an Old Boy to be a part of this. And it makes me want to send my kids here in the future, because surely my experience here as a young gay man that was trying to find his way wasn't easy, but it also wasn't easy because there wasn't a support system that people like this, for people to come out and reach out and talk and have an open forum, a judgment-free forum. When I was here, hockey was really big, football was really big, our athletics were really what we were primed on, and within that community there can be a lot of derogatory culture and just talking down about sexuality. For some reason you're less masculine if you like a man, or you miss a slap shot that makes you gay, and it's like, okay, no it doesn't. I was captain of the lacrosse team, I was gay. So it's breaking those stereotypes, and I'm very happy to be here, Fynn, and be a part of that, and a part of something to grow and to really help students here for the future is something that's really important to me, and I'm over the moon to be a part of it.
Now, you mentioned breaking stereotypes. Do you have any heroes or inspirations in the LGBT community who you would say are doing exactly that, breaking stereotypes?
I'm wearing a shirt right now, Carl Nazib. We did these up at Sports Tree. We got our little Pride shirt on. And then we got Nazib on the back, his football number 94 with the Pride flag. He's definitely an inspiration. The fact that he can go out and play football at an elite level, be the captain of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and now making plays in Oakland every single week. We saw what he did just this past weekend with a crucial sack, and then 2 weeks ago forcing the fumble for the game-winning drive for the Raiders. And just being able to look into that and see those kind of athletes that are in there doing that, it's super important to people like me, and I think a lot of people that don't want to talk about it or that aren't recognizing these stereotypes exist. You can be yourself and still be a jock and still like guys, or you can be the most jock-looking guy ever and enjoy dancing and acting in drama. Like, as I said, I did 3 drama plays while I was playing in OFSA, really embraced St. Andrews life, and I think that was something that really helped me get through finding out who I was the fact that no matter what St. Andrews was back then, there was still that community where you could go find something and be yourself in it. And the fact that this Pride Week and the acknowledgement of that, and it can all be pulled together within the community, within the boys and within the faculty and the old boys with us, it's something that's really, really special.
Could you have ever seen something like this Pride Week happening when you were attending St. Andrews?
Yeah, actually, Mr. Shrimpton, he was there for me when I was here, and he sat down to school one day and had to talk like 10% of one in every 10 people is gay, but we would all walk away from that as the student body, just shrug it off, let's go play football, shrug it off, we got class, shrug it off, even with a joke, just because it didn't affect us, when realistically it affected me and it affected there's other students in my year that have come out since. And I can tell you through my friends, I have friendships now where guys have apologized for their behavior in the past. And you never want to hurt your teammate or hurt your friend, right? No one wants to be that guy, so don't be that guy.
And do you think there's anything that the St. Andrews community could be doing to better support students?
I think this is the big step. Honestly, talking about it and the confidence to take that step forward as a community and accepting and just being there ready to listen, that is everything. Because it's that student's right, it's that person's right to come forward and say when they truly want to say that they're being themselves. Whenever, that's a personal choice. But just having the openness and the community there to apply support and just knowing that you're not alone, that's huge. And I think that is just a step that, as I said before, I'm extremely proud to be a part of, because going back, if I knew that there could have been a club or just it could have been somewhere to go, we didn't talk about gay relations or anything like that. It literally was not an option when I was here. It wasn't even a thought on my mind. I had a girlfriend so I could fit in. So the fact that this is here now is so important and so big, and I'm doing whatever I can to be a part of it and help it grow. And I love this place, and I love being here, and I really want to help any student that felt the way I did and that feels the way I do, because you can be proud to go to St. Andrews, and I'm extremely proud to have been here. Yes, I had my issues, but they weren't because of my sexuality so much as there wasn't an opportunity for me to be myself. It wasn't presented. And now that this is being presented, I hope there's guys going to the prom with guys. That would be awesome. 2 guys in a kilt, are you kidding me? That'd be the coolest prom photo ever. But I don't know, that's my thoughts. So I'd love for the school to get to that point. But my day, there was no way I was taking a guy to prom.
And do you have any specific advice for any students who may be going through the same thing that you were back then?
My advice would be you and be true, because I hurt myself hiding from myself. And I hurt my reputation by making jokes and just trying to be that guy, trying to be the cool guy and not be myself. And I look back and I don't like that person. And now that I can see that it's okay to be me, I'm much happier. I'm working hard. I have a wonderful boyfriend. My life's at the best trajectory it's ever been. I got some new tattoos. And I'm really enjoying it now, and I wish I could have been myself sooner and had that personal confidence. And I just want to extend an invitation. If there's anyone watching this that needs to reach out to me, you can follow along with all my stuff. I'm literally on Twitter, Instagram, follow Sports Tree, reach out to me, and I will gladly reach out back to you with any sort of conversation, one-on-one, whatever it may be, guys. I'm here to support you as an old boy and as a member of this community.
Thank you. And do you have any advice for just the entire student body, faculty, anyone else, of how we can be better allies?
Yeah, I mean, it's just about listening and asking questions. I think that's really what it comes down to. The step that St. Andrews is taking right now, and the ability to take that step to want to learn, is everything. That's where it all starts from. It's the ability to want to learn and showing that respect. I can give an example. I'm not going to say names, but one of my best friends when I was here, one of the lifers with me, we were great friends through St. Andrews, Josh's math class, all the way through, great buddies. And when I came out, we stopped talking for a while, almost 6 months, and then reached out. I was like, hey man, what's going on? And it's simply, he didn't know how to talk to me. He didn't know what to say without offending me or hurting me. And I was hurt because he just wasn't talking to me. I was like, why is my best friend ignoring me? That's not cool. And then we had a strict conversation. He asked me, he's like, okay, what can I say? What should I do? It's like, nothing, man. Just ask questions. If you're uncomfortable, let me answer them. Let me just ask those questions and we'll meet you halfway. If you open the door, we'll gladly meet you. We want allies. We want to feel loved, right? Everyone wants to be liked. Everyone wants to feel part of a community. And that's what the St. Andrews Brotherhood and the St. Andrews community builds. It's something so beautiful and pure. But looking back, you don't want to be hurting one of your friends by saying inadvertent things that you don't even mean. You don't want to be that guy. It doesn't look good. You lose sponsorships, you lose credibility, and to be frankly, it just makes you not a great person. So it's all about respect, asking questions, and the willingness to learn. And I think you guys are well on your way.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. I know how much this means to you, and it certainly means a lot to us, the rest of the student body, and we very much appreciate you taking the time to come back here and speak to all of us.
Thanks, Fynn. I really appreciate it. Everyone, Fynn, awesome interviewer.
For just coming out of a pandemic, our Andrians have started this year off with a boom. We're excited to see what sort of twists and turns this year has in store for us, and we're expecting everyone to put in their best effort and attitude to overcome them. Let's go, Andrians! Nothing has ever held us back for long as we continue to grow as a school and community. For SAC Today, I'm Fynn McNolty. Thanks for watching.